Hello everyone, this is Courageous Carla. Today's video we're going to be talking about briefly the life, death, and end of life issues and what we can learn from the life of Anne Heche. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you for viewing and please watch to the end of the video. If you are a returning viewer, new subscriber, or even old subscriber, welcome. Thank you for your viewership. And if you haven't officially done so, please hit that subscribe button officially to become a courageous lion. So, we have a few things to talk about, so let's just jump right into it. We all have seen lately that the actress Anne Heche is officially not on Earth anymore. She has passed away. But let's briefly just talk about her life, her roles, and what happened, and again, what we can learn from it. So, Anne Heche is an actress that's been in movies like Volcano, 7 Days, 7 Nights, Donnie Brasco, that's what I came to know her for, and so many more roles. She has had this amazing acting career with very beautiful aesthetic. She was a beautiful woman and praised for it often. Miss Heche's life was not perfect by any means. She's had a difficult childhood and has had to overcome some traumas. And she was very open about her struggles. Even her family has commented on some of those struggles. So I don't want to dwell too much on that, but what I'm saying will definitely tie into some of what we can learn. So please hang in there with me. It'll all tie in together. I promise you. But now, in terms of her, again, she was in a controversial relationship with the comedian and actress Ellen DeGeneres that she's commented on. This was back in the 90s, so life wasn't as LGBTQ plus friendly as it is now. So I really want to commend and applaud her bravery for living her truth and loving who she loved at that time. Although she has lamented that she took a hit professionally because of it. So she was one of the trailblazers and not wanting to be defined by a box. She was with Miss DeGeneres, then she was with men as well. So again, she was that trailblazer and not being defined. And nowadays, I guess she would be called maybe pansexual or fluid. So let's again appreciate that. Well, now we're going to talk about the end of her life, and we've all seen what happened, but we don't know the whole story. So there definitely was a car crash and a fire, and then she slipped into a coma and ended up succumbing to the injuries as a result of that fire. And now let's talk about what we can learn from everything, because there have been some reports that came out about whether there were drugs in her system, drugs or not, drinking or not. And we'll never know officially what happened, as the official investigations have been closed because, again, Miss Heche has expired. But so now I'm going to talk about 3 things that we can learn from this entire experience. First one is, as cliche as it sounds, is let's not judge a book by its cover. And this is probably going to be the most controversial of the lessons we can learn. And like I was saying about what's been published, what hasn't been published, we'll never know exactly what happened. But we were in that car, and we don't know what her mind frame was. It has been reported she was going over 100 miles an hour, so I'm not sure. Well, we'll never know. But to kind of piggyback off of the not judging a book by its cover, what we can do is to read prescription labels and follow the advice, the kind of classical advice about driving and safe driving. We all know about drinking and driving and how that is completely not encouraged and illegal in many instances where you're over the intoxication limit. But what we need to talk about more, and it's been a push to talk about this and read your prescription bottles, is to not, I'm going to say, drug and drive. Many substances can alter your mental state, mental and physical state. So especially if you have those traumas in your life, and haven't dealt with them, or if you're still in the process of dealing with them, these flashbacks, if they're brought up, then the drugs may not help. At least many drugs, they may not help with that. So please make sure you are, when you're getting ready to drive, make sure you are physically able, in a good space, and mentally in a safe, productive space. Just try to envision your destination, getting there safely, and hopefully that will help us all be safe on the road. as safe as we can be. So please be safe when you're driving. If you're having a difficult time, try pulling over and calling someone, FaceTiming someone, talking to someone. All right. Number 2, I'm going to piggyback off of what I just said. Let's deal with our traumas and understand that is going to be a journey, a lifelong journey, dealing with these issues and things. Now, how one deals with their trauma may be different than another. You may go to therapy, support groups, prayer, meditation, religion, just outreaching, but please make sure you're talking to someone and you have that support network that you can call on and rely on to help you, deal with these things. Again, it's a lifelong battle, and thoughts and flashbacks or something may trigger you at any point. You may be on the road, you may not be on the road, you may be getting ready to drive, you may be just in your house, you may be, God knows where you may be. So please deal with them. Let's deal with these traumas. And if you haven't watched my video about Saul Goodman from Better Call Saul, I sort of deal with this topic a little bit more, so please check that video out. Last but not least is how Ms. Heche chose to end her life, which is being an organ donor. So last lesson we can learn is to please consider being an organ donor or giving that gift of life. Ms. Heche was officially taken off life support recently, and that is because a donor was found. Don't know which body part, and it really doesn't matter. You can look up which organs you can donate. It doesn't have to be all of them, but please consider giving that gift of life. The supply and demand is very, very, very imbalanced, where there is way too much. The demand is really high, and the supply is unfortunately not matching that. So please consider being an organ donor and giving someone the gift of life. Well, that is it. Again, let's let Ms. Heche rest in a beautiful paradise, and let's all just keep these lessons learned. If you have some more lessons, please put them in the comments. And thank you so much for your viewership. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Carpe diem the best way you can. I appreciate your viewership again so very much. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Goodbye.